Okay, good day grade 8. Our third topic is all about factoring perfect square trinomial or PST kung tawagin. Our objective today is to factor completely a perfect square trinomial. This is our topic 3 and I'm your presenter, Jason Arcacho. Okay, before we have on that, we need to review first FOIL method or what is FOIL method again? FOIL means first terms, outer terms, inner terms, and last terms. Yun yung mga parts ng FOIL na kailangan mong i-multiply. So, we need to find the product pag nagpo-FOIL method tayo. So, example number 1, x plus 7 times of x plus 7. So, using FOIL method, first terms muna tayo. What is the first term of first binomial? X. The second term, or the first term of the second binomial is x also. So, ito yung itsura ng first term. So, i-multiply daw natin yan. So, that's our f. So, x times x plus outer terms daw. Product or multiply the outer terms of the expression. So, ano yon? Yung x to 7. So, that's why we have outer terms of 7 times x plus. Next, the inner terms. Ano yung inner terms? So, ito yon. So, 7 times x. That's our inner terms. So, that's why 7 times x plus the last terms, which is 7 times 7. Yan. Kung papansin niyo yung FOIL method, parang happy face lang yan. Ang tawag ko dyan, happy face. Gagawa ka lang dalawang kilay, bibig, baba. So, simplify na natin yung nakuha natin parts ng FOIL method. X times x is x squared. Tama? Okay, next, 7 times x, 7x. Plus, 7 times x, 7x. Plus, 7 times 7, 49. Now, look at the two terms. Yung 7x, 7x. Anong pwede natin gawin dyan? Yes, we can add that two terms. So, i-add natin yan. So, may giging sagot, x squared plus 14x plus 49. So, that will be the final answers of number 1. Example number 2. 5x minus 6 times of 5x minus 6. So, using FOIL method, so 5x times 5x plus 5x times negative 6 or negative 6 times 5x. Parehas lang yon. Plus negative 6 times 5x. That's our inner terms. And plus negative 6 times negative 6. That's our last terms. Yeah. Okay. Simplify. 5x times 5x. 25x squared. 5 times 5, 25. Copy the base, add the exponent, that's y squared. Plus, negative 6 plus 5x, it's negative 30x. Plus, negative 6 plus negative 6 times 5x, it is negative 30x. And then the last term, negative 6 times negative 6, positive 36. Negative times negative is always positive. Then we can combine the two terms, the negative 30x and negative 30x. Add. So, magiging negative 60x. So, therefore, our final answer is 25x squared minus 60x plus 36. So, proceed tayo sa our topic ng PST. Dapat tandaan nyo, ang PST is connected sa squaring binomial. Yung squaring binomial, ginamit ko yung FOIL method. Paano bang malalaman kung PST o hindi ang isang trinomial? This is the pattern or yung sinasabi kong parang dapat natin kung ano ang gagamitin nating factors kapag may given tayong trinomial na ax squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And also, as squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Observe, the first pattern, lahat plus, or the middle term is positive or plus. So that's why the middle term of squaring binomial plus. In the second pattern, the middle term is negative 2ab or minus 2ab. So that is why lahat sila minus or the squaring binomial minus. Again, paano natin malalaman kung PST ang mga ito? First one, tandaan namang sumusunod, dapat ang a squared and b squared ay perfect square number. Like 149 x squared, or the exponent of the variable are what? Or the exponent of the variable is what? Divisible by 2 or even numbers. Rule number 2, dapat ang 2ab ay equal sa 2 times square root of a squared and square root of b squared. I-apply natin ito mamaya. And the last one, basic, yung number 3, dapat laging plus yung last term. Ayan. Tandaan. Una nyo tignan kagad yung number 3. Kapag yung last term ay hindi plus, therefore, it's not PST. Hindi mo pwedeng gamitan ng PST method to get the factors. Okay, let's apply the 3 rules or yung lagi nating isipin para masabi natin PST ang mga trinomials. Example number 1. PST or not? X squared plus 22x plus 21. Again, x squared plus 22x plus 121. Dapat ang a squared and b squared ay perfect square number. Tignan natin. This is our a squared and this is our b squared. Ano yung perfect number ba sila? Ano yung square root ng x squared? We can cancel. So, x. Nakuha natin ang square root, therefore, perfect squared siya. Next, square root of 121. Equal yan sa square root of 11 squared. Nakuha natin ang square root. That's why, perfect square number din siya. Note, dapat dalawa perfect square numbers to say it's PST. Proceed tayo sa rule number 2. Dapat ang 2ab ay equal sa 2 times square root of a squared plus square root of b squared. Ang 2ab natin ay yung middle term ng trinomial. Ano ang middle term? 22x. So dapat ang 22x daw equal siya sa 2 times square root of a squared plus square root of b squared. Again, 22x is equal to 2. Ano nga nakuha natin sa square root of a squared? Balik tayo sa number 1. Ang nakuha natin ay x. So that's why 2 times x. Next, ano naman ang nakuha natin sa square root ng b squared? Yes, 11. So that's why times 11. Multiply. 2x times 11. Or 2 times 11, 22. Times x, 22x. So therefore, 22x is equal to 22x. Yes, it's PST. Why? Kasi look at the last term, plus 121. So plus yung 121. That's why PST yung given trinomial. Kapag PST siya, pwede natin makuha ang factor dyan. Mamaya alamin natin kung paano makuha yung factors kapag PST ang trinomial. Example number 2. PST or not? X squared minus 8x plus 64. Dapat yung dalawa, yung first and last term ay perfect square number. Ito sila. The x squared and 64. Observe muna natin, plus 64. That's why pwede siyang maging PST. Pwede pa lang. Okay. Perfect square number ba sila? Yes. Because the square root of x squared is equal to x. And the square root of 64 equal siya sa square root of 8 squared. Maka-cancel yun. Kaya ang sagot ay 8. So yes. Proceed tayo sa last step. Tandaan na, dapat ang 2ab ay equal sa 2 times square root of a squared times square root of b squared. Ano ang middle term natin? 8x. So, 8x is equal to 2 times square root of a squared and times of square root of b squared. Ano ang nakuha natin sa square root of a squared? X. So that's why x. 2 times x. Ano nakuha natin sa b squared? Square root of b squared. 8. So, simplify. 2 times x times 8. Or 2 times 8, 16. Times x, 60, 16x. So, therefore, 8x is equal to 16x? No. So, therefore, hindi siya PST. Not PST. So, ibig sabihin, hindi natin makakuha yung factors ng x squared minus 8x plus 64 using PST. May ibang method na pwede natin gamitin. Example number 3, PST or not. Again, the first step, we need to check the first term and the last term are perfect square numbers. Okay. The square root of 4x squared is equal to 2x. Yes, PST. How about square root of 45? No, because 45 is not perfect square number. Perfect square number po yan Okay. So therefore, tandaan natin yung note. Dapat dalawa silang perfect square numbers. So, it's not PST. Kung rule number 1 pa lang ay hindi na nag-true, stop ka na. Kasi, first condition pa lang, not valid. So therefore, it's not PST kagad. Next example, number 4. PST or not? 4x squared plus 20x minus 25. What do you think? PST or not? Not. Bakit? The last term is minus. That's why not PST. Okay. Since we identified the trinomials if it PST or not, so madali na nating masabi or pwede na nating i-apply ang PST. Here, I give an example on how to solve or to get the factors using PST or perfect square trinomial. Maraming method, maraming ways. Tignan natin kung saan kayo madadalian. Factoring PST. A perfect square trinomial can be factored using this pattern. Ayan. Laging tatandaan kapag positive ang middle term, your operation sa squaring binomial ay plus. That's why you have open and close parenthesis of a plus b squared. The next pattern, we have a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So that's why our squaring factor is a minus b squared. Okay. Example number 1. Factor x squared plus 8x plus 16. Here, habang kinukuha natin yung factor, ipapakita ko pa rin kung bakit sila PST. Though lahat ng binigay kong example ay PST, papakita ko pa rin na sila ay PST. Step 1. Get the square root of first and the last term. So, ito ang first term and last term. Square root of x squared is x. And square root of 16, 4. Ang x natin ay magiging a. Ang 4 natin ay b. Take note, PST yan. Kasi 8x is equal to 2 times 4 times x. So again, ano ang a natin? X. Anong b natin? 4. Look at the middle term. Anong ginamit na operation? Plus. So anong pattern? Pattern 1 o pattern 2? Yes, pattern 2. So that's why x squared plus 8x plus 16 is equal to, lagay natin ang a, which is x, at ang b, 4, or x plus 4 squared. So this will be the final answer. Kahit ano dyan ang pwedeng maging tamang sagot. Pwede yung open and close parenthesis of x plus 4 squared, or the product of x plus 4 and x plus 4. Example number 2. 4m squared minus 12m plus 9. Same step. First term, last term, kunin ang square root. What is the square root of 4m squared? 2m. That will be our a. What is the square root of 9? 3. That will be our B. Take note, PST yan. Pakibasa na lang kung bakit sila naging PST. Basta lahat na ibibigay ko, PST. So, second pattern yan kasi minus. So, palitan lang natin lahat ng A ng 2M. Papalitan natin lahat ng B ng 3. So, that is why 4M squared minus 12M plus 9. So, 2M minus 3 times 2M minus 3. Or, open and close parenthesis, 2M minus 3. Example number 4. Tignan natin kung paano ko sinolve ang example number 4. Kung sa tingin nyo dito kayo madadalian. Okay. Square root of 49b squared is 7b. That's our A. The last term, square root of 81, is 9. That's our B. Anong pattern ang gagamitin? First or second? Second. Kasi minus yung middle term. Take note, PST po yan ha. So, ang ating A ay 7B. Ang ating B ay 9. Gamitin ang second pattern. Si A mapupunta kay first term ng bawat binomial. At si B mapupunta sa second term or the last term ng bawat binomial. That's why our first term is 7B, 7B. 9 mapupunta sa second term ng ating binomial. That's why 9, 9. And our final answer is open and close parenthesis of 7b minus 9 squared. Another example. Factor 9b squared plus 12bd plus 4d squared. Square root ng first term, 3b. That's our A. Square root ng last term, square root of 4d squared, 2d. That's our B. O, PST yan ha. So, first pattern o second pattern? First pattern, kasi plus. Ilagay natin lahat ng value ng A sa first term ng binomial. So, that's why 3B, 3B. Ilagay naman natin ang second term, yung value ng B. That's why 2D, 2D. So, our final answer is open and close parenthesis of 3B plus 2D squared. So, kung naintindihan nyo na, let's try to answer these following items. Factor each trinomial completely using PST. Dito, ibibigay ko kung bakit sila PST kasi ibibigay ko sa inyo kung bakit sila PST dahil sa mga rules. The last terms, positive. And the middle term, check nyo kung tama. So now, since lahat ng rules nasundan, so therefore, anong factor na number 1? The square root of 16x squared is 4x. The square root of 9, 3. First or second pattern? Second pattern. So that's why 4x minus 3 squared. Number 2. The square root of x squared is x. The square root of 144 is 12. Napapansin nyo ba na nakuha nyo lang din yung sagot dun sa middle term? Yung x and 12. That's why first or second pattern? First pattern. That's why x plus 12 squared. Number 3. Square root of 4x squared, 2x. Square root of 25, 5. So that's why first pattern din, kaya magiging 2x plus 5 squared. Next, x squared minus 26x plus 169. Square root of first term, x. Square root of last term, 13. So that's why second pattern, x minus 13 squared. And the last one, square root of 25x squared is 5x. Square root of 49, 7. First pattern, that's why 5x plus 7 squared. Thank you. Okay, merong part 2 tong video na to. Yung part 2 na to is how to find the missing part of the PST. Hinahanap natin ng first term, middle term, and the last term. Adios!